For the past 5 years I've been doing art, I always hated doing long drawings. This is something I came into terms whenever I was doing a serious drawing. When I was in high school, I started digital art drawing on my phone on IBIS Paint. IBIS Paint was still fresh, and I loved drawing on my phone. And before you say anything, yes, I did draw on my fingers, no stylus. Every time I finished a drawing, I would always check how long it took me to finish, only to find out that it took me 5 hours to complete. And I always have been looking for tutorials on YouTube on how to speed up the process. But here's the thing. None of them helped me. Since I have 5 years of experience, and since I've been doing a lot of these cell shading practices, which takes me minimum an hour, maximum 2 hours, today I am here to use this massive failure of what I call a platform to share you guys the things I learned while doing my daily drawing practices. And if you're here expecting a tutorial here, I think you found the wrong channel, bro. As you can see, I am a complainer, and I offer some brutally honest advice on how to get better. This ain't a class, this is a training camp. So toss that notebook out of the window, throw some mud on your face, and let's get started. So you want to draw fast? Well, the first thing that you need to do is grow some hair on your chest and get some iron balls, because that's your first problem. You're not confident enough. I'm gonna be honest with you, the reason why you're lonely like me is because you don't have the balls to go out and pick up girls, and that game plan that you and the boys were relying on went the same way as my matric accounting test. You flopped with a 30% chance of succeeding. Couldn't be me. And that's exactly why you're too slow whenever you're drawing. No confidence, no game plan, no riz. Dang. You need to realize that drawing requires confidence. Some of you don't think so, but I do. Confidence is a combination of believing in yourself, being optimistic, not shaking when you're doing your line art, and most importantly, not looking too deep into mistakes. And you know that you're confident if you post your art on either Twitter or Instagram. It's between your art getting ruined by those dang art fixers on Twitter or getting roasted on IG Reels, cause them comments are a different breed of human beings. But for real though, confidence is a major factor in art. Let me put it this way. For the past 4 months since I started to make videos more on YouTube, and the more I spoke in my videos in the last month or so, I've noticed that not only am I getting more comfortable with the editing style I'm using, but I'm also getting used to doing voiceovers in my videos. And that is thanks to something I call stepping out of your comfort zone. The only way you're going to get better at something is if you do it multiple times till you get comfortable doing it. The same can apply with art. If you're doing a certain cell shading style, the more you do it, the more you get used to drawing in that style, and it becomes second nature to you. All the mistakes that you have made along the way don't even matter to you right now. On top of that, you know how to approach your drawings better with shortcuts and better methods in case you run into a roadblock along your drawing process. What also helps in giving you confidence is posting your art online or just showing people your art. Now let me be real, hearing those compliments boosts your ego. Don't lie to me. Now remember when I said that having confidence is key? Just like many African ladies out there, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. And too much of those compliments can boost your ego to the point where it might as well be featured on TLC's My 600 Pound Life. You can have confidence, but keep your eyes on the prize. Don't let it get into your head.
I drove your car to school today.
You what?
I'm sorry. I really am.
Now, of course, you can't achieve confidence without making mistakes. And most certainly, you can't grow without accepting that you are the mistake. What? Don't look at me. I realized that I was a mistake to my family the moment I decided to watch High School DxD during high school. Haha, what a coincidence. Now, I've talked about perfectionism in the past, and I'm gonna bring it back here because it's really important. Just accept that your biggest op is perfectionism. Let's be real, okay? Nobody is perfect in this world, and that's a human trait that defines us. And as an artist, you have to accept that there are going to be flaws in your artwork, flaws in your art style, flaws in your sketch, and most importantly, accept that biggest flaw is you. And the reason for that is because you are the one and only harshest critic of your artwork. You treat yourself harsher than your math teacher with all the algebra homework clapping your cheeks every night you spend doing them. Because you're gonna keep on dwelling on those mistakes until it consumes you, like queso consuming the entire Milky Way like it's a double Whopper with cheese from Burger King. That's terrifying. One thing I can say is that it's okay to make mistakes, and you have to accept that you are going to make mistakes while learning art. Art is not a hobby hobby where once mastered, you can just kick back, relax, and just retire. Art is constantly evolving day by day as artists discover new forms of art techniques, and as artists, we learn from those techniques and we use the knowledge we've gained and adapt it into our own style and work. It's just like gaming. A new Call of Duty game comes out with a new gunsmith system, new movement. It takes a while for you to adapt to the new movement and to the new system, especially when you've been used to the old one for so many years. Learning from your mistakes is how we grow and gain knowledge. Billionaires encourage this kind of mindset. It's either that or you live in China and South Korea, where instead of you being praised for learning from your mistakes, you are instead labeled as the World War II mustache man. But you see, in Africa, one mistake is the difference between getting flogged by your parents or being homeless. Jokes aside though, if you treat your mistakes as an opportunity for you to learn how not to repeat those same mistakes again, you will see massive improvements the more you practice. Now, if you still have so many mistakes in your drawings and you have been drawing for over 5 years, yeah, I'm sorry dog, that's a skill issue.
First of all, why do your drawings suck so bad?
Of course, making mistakes and learning from them can help you draw fast, but what's the point of learning from your mistakes if you don't draw? We all know that mistakes are made while doing something, like changing a light bulb, dancing, twerking. Oops, sorry, we got the wrong script here, give me a second. For example, you have a reference shot from the top, and the person in that reference shot is in the perspective that you have no clue how to approach. After watching some tutorials, you think you got the basic idea of how to draw that pose, only to realize that after drawing that pose, it came out horrible. But that's okay. You see where the mistakes are and set your goal on practicing perspective. Later, you revisit the reference and decided to conquer the belly of the beast. And would you look at that? It came out better than expected. All because you built up enough experience to approach the drawing more strategically and faster than your first attempt. Essentially, art is like a video game. You slay a beast, you gain XP points after beating it. You complete a quest that totally contributes to the main plotline of the entire game and doesn't waste your time because it's irrelevant and tedious. Yeah, no, but seriously, is anyone gonna address that? But it doesn't matter. You wanna know why? Because now it has become second to nature now that you have leveled up by 50 levels. And those scars, scrapes, and all those potholes you ran into, seriously, is anyone gonna fix the potholes in the road? All the practice, all the hours you put in has contributed to your reattempt. Basically, pros have experience, and when you have experience, you approach things much quicker and can solve problems in your artwork. And that's how it all boils down to, experience. Now, obviously, in a world where a piece of paper claiming that you have mastered the art of fishing means nothing and experience is everything, it is clear that we have to build up our skills through trials and errors in order to become highly skilled individuals. And I know what you're gonna say, you're supposed to give us tips and tricks on how to draw fast. This is not a tips and tricks video. I'm gonna click off this video because this ain't a tutorial. Jimmy, I want you to look at the title of the video. Does it say tips or tricks or anything like that? Go suck on your pacifier, you little kid. I did come into this video giving you reasons as to why you draw so slow, but I didn't say I was going to help you guys. All the tutorials fail to mention that in order to draw fast, you have to have enough experience. Yeah, that's literally it. Because if you have the experience, you know the shortcuts and ways to solve a problem. In other words, you gain problem-solving skills, which will eliminate the guessing work, and on top of that, just having a plan ahead and being confident in your ability to draw is really the only way that you can draw fast. Otherwise, a 3-hour drawing would turn into a 9-hour drawing. Those are the only things you should take away from this video. While many of the tutorials are super helpful, those tutorials that help you speed up your drawing aren't really gonna work. You're gonna have to find out by practicing and gaining experience on that. Of course, there are other factors like how big the drawing is or how detailed the drawing is and how many elements you have in your drawing and what style you're drawing in. All of those can contribute to a very long hour drawing session, but most of the time you will find the shortcuts to cut that time down and achieve greater results at the same time. The difference is how much effort you are putting into mastering your craft. Okay, for all of you who are expecting this as a tutorial, now you can crash in the comments. Anyways, that is it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end. I deeply appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video as much as I had fun making it for you, feel free to check out the video on the screen. I promise you, this is a great one. And with that being said, rest in peace to Pope Francis. This man has stayed strong for so long and has been a major inspiration to everybody. May your soul rest in paradise. Alright, goodbye.